Hello there, my beautiful thinking people. It's great to be back. It's been a while, I know, and I apologize. I have been definitely busy, but I will continue to make time to add new content and new information to my videos. Today's topic, of course, in this thread is Trump, or Drumph. Drumph. Whichever way you'd like to say it, it's still the same guy. And this is going to be on why you should vote for Drumph, or Trump. So, let's start with reason number one. He's an incredibly great businessman. 2, he's run multiple businesses throughout his life, of all different types. 3, he absolutely loves women. 4, he will rid the world of immigrants. Next, he'll help eradicate LGBTQ communities. Next, he will create more riches for the rich. Next, he will allow the poor to gather up the crumbs. Next, his foreign policy is second to none. Next, his respect and love of the old, sick, impoverished people is amazing. Next, he can be extremely humbled. And lastly, and most of all, he loves you. So let's break this down. He's an incredibly great businessman, running multiple businesses throughout his life, which pretty well everyone has been bankrupt or closed by the government because of investigations and scandals. He started off with his father and were up against racist allegations which were proven to be real, and they had no choice but to pay fines and rescind some of the negative, nasty policies they operated on for years. And then the rest of his history is there. We remember his daughter saying that, oh, that poor bum over there, and Donald answering her by saying, what? That bum is richer than we are. He's $8 billion richer than the Drumph family at that time. And why, he continued? Because that bum didn't have $8 billion of debt like he had. So, enough about his great businessman antics. He absolutely loves women. That is evident. We know. He grabs them by the beep beep. He grabs and kisses them, throws them up against walls and tries to molest them. He's alleged to have been a participant in the island antics with all those 13 and 12 and 11-year-old girls or 15-year-old girls or whatever they were. All of those girls that came forward. The young woman who has now allegations against him for rape. So yeah, we know he loves women. Maybe not in the way that you like, but hey, come on, it's just Drumph. Like, give him a break. What's wrong with... Still loves them. He'll rid the world of all immigrants, which is a self-eradicating prophecy, as you can tell, since all of you that are listening to this right now are immigrants. To whatever land you're on, most of you, the vast majority of you, are immigrants or conquerors. In other words, stealing the land from the rightful owners. So if you're a conqueror and you feel proud of that, realize that's theft, okay? It's brutal theft. However, so he'll rid the world of all immigrants, so I guess we'll all die. He will also eradicate the LGBTQ communities. Wow, won't that be a boon? Well, another huge part of the population eradicated from the face of the earth because he's just one of those guys. And come on, don't judge him harshly. It's just his opinion. It's his views. There's nothing wrong with anybody having alternate views to the rest of the world. They're still views. Anyways. So we're going to move on from there. He'll create more riches for the rich. There'll be more tax breaks in the future. Not for you, per se, but for a small percentage of you that might be watching this video, And most of you who wouldn't even watch this video because you just don't have time. You're sitting on the beach, you're up in your private jet, you're jet setting around the world on everybody else's labor. But that's okay. Again, opinions vary. So, rich getting richer? Absolutely, he's your man. Vote for Drumph. Now, let's move on. He will allow the poor to gather the crumbs. So, whatever the rich don't really want, because they feel they're almost at their peak, where they have pretty well what they need or want, the rest of it they'll let fall. Like, you know, if you had a big bucket that's shaped like a bowl, and you have tons of gold coins in there, and you're mishmashing around in there, there's a few that will drop off the edge of the bowl. They don't want to bend down and pick those up. Come on. That's their generosity to the poor. Come on, here, poor, yeah, gather up my crumbs, whatever falls out of the bowl. I mean, I would pick it up, but it's just not worth my while. I got the whole bowl. So, he's good for the poor people. He's really good to the poor people. He allows them to gather those crumbs. So, moving on. His foreign policy second to none. Oh my Lord, is he not the most incredible diplomat around the world? All he has to do is extort every single country leader, and we'll get everything we want. We'll enslave all those other countries, make them work for peanuts, and we will take the lion's share of all their labor, and we'll put it in our pots of gold, which doesn't go to you and me and most of the people that are watching this. It only goes to the rich again. But, come on. His foreign policy, amazing. If you give to him, he will allow you to exist. If you don't, he'll find a reason to obliterate you and wipe you off the face of the earth. And you will be bombed beyond belief. It'll be the worst, the most incredible, the greatest bombing the world has ever seen. And he will just level your monuments and your culture to the point of extinction. He will take care of all your artifacts from thousands of years back. Just blow them up. But if you give to him and allow him to make money in your country, allow his kids to sell their products there, and give them the best deals you could ever give, all right, you can exist. But remember, lion's share goes to him. He is a good leader. What a leader. Like, wow. Who else can boast of being such an amazing, powerful leader? Only Drumph can do. That's another reason you should vote for Drumph. I mean, can it be any more clear than that? Well, it can, I guess. Let's move on. His respect and love of the old, the sick, and the impoverished people is amazing. He would never cut Medicare, Social Security, and Medicaid. Or, no, that's right. He just went on record as saying he's going to cut that in his next term in order to pay for his tax cuts for the rich. Oh, wait a second. Who benefits? Oh, the rich benefit again. That's right. Well, that's good. You know, we want people to be richer, right? Oh yeah, but wait. It's not you and me. We're not getting richer. No. The regular, normal people like us work our butts off every single day we can to make pennies in order to pay the dollars that we have to pay every month. No, we're not going to get richer. It's the billionaires. They're going to get richer. Right? The 1%. They're going to benefit greatly from cutting those programs that are used to keep people alive. But, hey, what's the big deal? It's just a few dollars they're going to cut from a big 70% budget and put it over into the 30% budget, and then they'll cut more taxes for the rich, and then they'll take more from the 70% budget, which will only be maybe a 60% budget at that time, and throw that over to the 40% budget, and then kick back more taxes to... You get the picture. Vote for Drumph. That's why you should vote for Drumph, because it's not going to benefit you. I mean, No. I mean, you're going to benefit. It's going to do really good for not you. I can't even lie like him. Sorry. Did I say he lies? Oh my God, no. He doesn't lie. He just changes the truth to suit his needs. That's not technically lying, is it? All right, maybe it is, but come on, big deal. Vote for Drumph. He's your man. And you know what? Let's move on. He can be extremely humbled. Or is that supposed to be humble? He can be extremely humble? No, I think he can be extremely humbled by people like Barack Obama when he sits up and talks about him and totally makes him feel like the peanut salesman he is. Or by Bill Maher, who makes him feel like he had to prove he was not the son of an orange-haired orangutan. That was cruel, Bill. That was so cruel. But I can see where you got those facts from. There is a possibility. Maybe his father was a orange-haired orangutan. He could have been adopted. How many people go to adoption centers and adopt all kinds of different poor, unmisfortunate animals who are like abandoned by their loving or not so loving ex-owners and, you know what I mean. He could be. Just do some research. Who knows? Somebody will come up with it. But he can be extremely humbled. And it's very easy to humble him because pretty well anything you talk about that has to do with him will embarrass him and will make him angry and will make him retaliate and start screaming his head off and doing all kinds of things to show that you were right. But let him be humbled. Now, last but not least, is that he really loves you. No, really, he loves you. Each and every one of you. The only problem is, I think when he says I love you, he's actually referring to Drumph, which would be him, himself, and his one daughter. Hey, look, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Drumph, he loves you if you are Donald J. Drumph or Trump, or his daughter. Does he love anybody else? Does he even love his wife? Why does nobody ever ask her that? Ask her just one time. Just say, Melania, does Donald truly love you? Do you feel his love? Is he capable of empathy and love and compassion? I'd be curious to see. I don't really consider her a Drumph or a Trump because, first of all, she was an illegal immigrant as far as the information that anybody else can gather is stating. So she was never really legally here because she was working on a visa that didn't allow her to work. So she should have been deported, but she wasn't. She met Drumph, or Trump, under a circumstance which I'm sure she was delighted to have the opportunity to possibly marry this apparent super rich billionaire, which she accomplished. So legally, I don't really think she is honestly committed to the marriage to him once the facts are unveiled and proved to be true. I think he only loves himself and his daughter. I think he despises his boys. I mean, I've really never heard him say more than maybe 1 out of 100 times that there was anything redeeming about his kids other than his one daughter. I mean, even when he interacts with Tiffany, you can see how she recoils. And just, I would be very interested to find out what it is that makes her pull back so much. So much. Anyways, that's my video for today. I hope you guys have been really pumped and excited now about why you should vote for Trump. Trump. I mean Trump. But you know who I mean. He's the only one on the ballot. Why? Because the RNC won't allow anybody else to run. They're not backing any other candidates. They're discouraging all the other candidates. There are maybe other viable Republicans that might be able to run, which I would still say don't vote for them. Anyway, vote for Drumph. Trumph. That guy. Because he's your man. And he loves you. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Remember, never give up. Never give in. But keep an open mind, because knowledge is power. And Drumph loves you.